All right, so today we're going deep on something pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Sequoia trees.
Oh, yeah.
I know you've mentioned being fascinated with these things before,
Absolutely.
and I've been doing some reading up on them too.
Cool.
So we've got a bunch of articles here about all sorts of things,
Right.
like their history and biology and their role in the environment and how they're being preserved, and even some stuff about their cultural significance.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
the goal is to basically like extract the most fascinating things about uh, these huge trees.
Well, I think it's fascinating to think of sequoias not just as the biggest living things, but also as ancient libraries that hold centuries of ecological data.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a cool way to think about them.
Right.
I guess the first thing that hits you is just like the sheer size of these trees.
Right.
Right, you look up and up and up, and they just keep going.
Yeah, they're just in a totally different league.
They really are in a league of their own.
Yeah, their immense height and that incredibly thick fire-resistant bark make them stand out.
Hmm.
Really unlike anything else in the plant kingdom.
So how do they actually get so big,
Well,
and how do they live for so long?
it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, what's like the secret sauce in their biology and genes or something?
Well, there are a few key factors at play.
Okay.
One is their unique ability to continuously add wood throughout their lives, which are extraordinarily long.
So they just keep growing and growing and growing.
Exactly. And then that incredibly thick bark we talked about
Yeah.
that acts like a natural suit of armor, shielding them from wildfires and
Oh,
pests.
so it's like a defense mechanism.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's been crucial to their survival for millennia.
Wow. And they're so big. I mean, they must have a pretty big impact on the ecosystem around them, right?
Oh, absolutely. They're not just solitary giants.
Okay.
They're keystone species providing habitat and resources for all sorts of wildlife.
Mm.
And then you've got their role in carbon sequestration.
Oh, right. I read a bit about that.
They're pulling huge amounts of carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere and storing it in their wood.
So they're helping to fight climate change.
In a big way. One mature giant sequoia can store more carbon than an average car emits over its entire lifespan.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is, and that makes the threats they're facing from climate change even more concerning.
You've looked into this, right?
I have, yeah. The changes in temperature and rainfall are disrupting their habitats,
Uh-huh.
leading to more frequent and more intense wildfires.
And even though they're adapted to fire, like you said, I guess these fires are just getting too big.
Exactly. While sequoias have evolved with fire, these unprecedented infernos are posing a real danger.
Mm-hmm.
And scientists are working hard to understand and combat these threats.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine something so enormous starting out as like a tiny seed.
Right.
Can you walk me through that whole process?
Sure, picture a seed barely larger than a flake of oatmeal.
Wow.
That tiny seed takes centuries to become a mature giant, hundreds of years of slow, steady growth, enduring all sorts of environmental challenges.
So they face dangers at every stage.
Oh, yeah. They have to survive drought and pests and fire. It makes their eventual size and age all the more impressive.
That's incredible. And there are some individual trees that have become pretty famous, right?
Absolutely. Like the General Sherman tree in Sequoia National Park.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that one.
It's the largest tree on Earth by volume, a living testament to the immense potential of this species.
And Sequoia National Park, like, plays a critical role in protecting these trees, right?
It does. It provides a safe haven for these ancient wonders.
It seems like sequoias kind of resonate with us on a deeper level, though,
I think so.
beyond just the science. We see them in our stories, in our art.
Yeah.
Are they more than just big trees in our imagination?
They definitely are. I think they often symbolize strength and resilience and the enduring power of nature.
Yeah.
Their sheer scale and age evoke a sense of wonder and awe.
Hmm.
They've become potent symbols in our culture, representing something ancient and profound.
So for those of us who are lucky enough to visit these groves,
Yeah.
what's the best way to do that responsibly?
Well, respect is key. Staying on marked trails protects their delicate root systems.
Okay.
And you should never remove anything from the forest.
Right.
It helps preserve their environment.
Makes sense.
And supporting conservation organizations financially can also have a real impact.
So one last thing, these trees have a long history with the indigenous people who lived alongside them for centuries,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Hmm.
The historical and spiritual connection that indigenous communities have with these trees is really significant.
Mm.
You know, they're often woven into their traditions and stories and spiritual beliefs.
Oh, wow.
It represents a deep and enduring relationship with the land.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Some tribes have traditional uses for their bark
Oh.
or incorporate them into sacred ceremonies, viewing them as living ancestors.
So these sequoias are more than just massive plants.
Right.
They're ancient,
Yeah.
ecologically critical organisms facing modern threats
Absolutely.
and deeply interwoven with both our natural and cultural history.
Precisely. They're like living history books vital to our present and holding clues to our future.
Wow, considering their immense size and lifespan,
Hmm.
what other untold stories and secrets might these silent giants hold about our planet's past and the long arc of life on Earth?
That's a great question.
It's a truly humbling thought.
It is.
Well, thanks for taking this deep dive into the world of sequoias with me.
My pleasure.
It's been fascinating.
Yeah, it has.
All right, that's all the time we have for today.